this morning. And boy, do we have a fun one ahead. Top 10 team, target on their back, going on their road and right into the snake pit. As we'll see the number 9 team in the country, the Michigan Wolverines, taking on the 11th ranked team in the land, the Indiana Hoosiers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. And the Hoosiers will get us started with the opening kickoff. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Here comes the offense on first down. On the run, it's Donahue. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going, handing the ball.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Power football with the run. Push down for the tackle.
I think the OC would have been really happy with a small gain and an easier third down. But how about the effort by the running back to get this close? He saw the first down marker, tried to get to it, got close.
Flying down the right side. The 20. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Michigan. And once he found some daylight, it was time to make a house call.
And these offensive coordinators tell you they want to start fast and they want to establish the run game. That is exactly what you did. First drive, you hand the football off, making the big explosive run, setting the tone for this football.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. First down for this offense. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Keeps looking downfield. He'll pull it down and run. Nice run there to keep things moving before they force him out of bounds. One of the offshoots of expansion, particularly in the Big Ten, was how viable could the ACC remain, and it just sort of ramps up the stakes when they meet on the field.
Yeah, I think all of this conference realignment, all the money talk, the loss of rivalries, but it's the haves and the have-nots. And let's be honest, the SEC and the Big Ten are the big 2 gorillas, right? Anytime you can make a statement and dent these 2 big powerhouse conferences, go do it.
I think the ACC, too, is going to play with a chip on his shoulder. Back in conference realignment, it was the best 4 programs from the Pac-12 that all chose the Big Ten and not the ACC, so this one will be interesting.
The Hoosiers will move the sticks.
Really nice job on third down by this offense. This offense has struggled on third downs throughout the season, not even in the top 50. But you know what? When you make it 3rd and short, when you have the run-pass option and you're not predictable, you can be more successful. So let's see if this offense can continue to put themselves in good positions.
So you get stuffed on first down, and now you have the offensive coordinator thinking a little bit.
Yeah, we're probably going to have to throw it now on this second play. But what are we going to see defensively? Now that they know we're throwing, might they blitz us? Do I have to leave more guys in to block? There's a real cat and mouse game going on right now between these 2 coaching staffs.
And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. And the Hoosiers look to keep this drive humming. Dropping back, it's awesome. Feeling some heat. Complete to the right. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one.
On a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
From the gun, the running back has it. Keeps those legs churning for 3 yards. He's down at the 9. Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are, guys.
And the intensity is going to be big too, David, because the players, you know, on these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a long time. They knew they'd have a national stage, and they got a chance to prove just how good they are.
Oh, man, make that statement. Make that early statement. We always look at the end of the season, and what does the committee say? Oh, they beat top 25 so-and-so. Here's your chance to put that on your resume that'll pay off big time in late in the season.
Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. They're bringing heat. Makes the grab on the left. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Hoosiers!
And what a nice start for this offense. The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting in a rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. Not going to give him a chance to make a play as they boot that thing through the end zone. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tired.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't quit on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Touch pass on the run. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains. The Wolverines want to move quickly. They'll run it from the gun. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
Red pass, it's complete. Oh, he got loose. Gets away from one, finds room. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
That's a really nice pass. You can see why this guy right here gives the Michigan faithful reason to be optimistic. You know, for years we know Michigan has always been good at running the football, but they've got to be able to throw. They've got to be more consistent making big plays through the air. This guy gives them that chance.
He had nowhere to go, no place to hide, and they'll knock him down for a loss of 9.
It is so easy when you're a defensive player, when you watch a little misdirection of the ball go one way, to turn and to run. That's not my job. My job is to stay home. The defense did a good job of that. Defense stayed home, made the play.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Shows him the stiff arm. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Running backs just have to be a weapon in the passing game, even for little dump-offs and checkdowns.
Yeah, find your matchups. I mean, you think about running back versus a linebacker. We like that matchup in space, and so find ways to get the football.
And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Wolverine! An impressive run from the back. Gets him 6 points, good drink of water, and maybe a little oxygen.
He definitely needs some oxygen after that long run, but it looks simple, right? Just handing the ball off, but when you can make big plays like this in the run game, man, does it make offense fun.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Looking to move it through the air. Fires to the wideout. And it's picked off. Couldn't find much room on the return, but what a costly miscue, and they've got it at the 26-yard line.
And this ball looks like it just got away from the quarterback. I think he made the right decision. He was going to the receiver that seemed open, but just not very accurate on the throw, and that leads to the interception.
Not much of a gain there on the ground, and that will do it for the first quarter.
That's the end of the first quarter. Michigan 14, Indiana 7.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work.
Get set.
Off the play fake. Fires downfield. Makes the grab.
The pass on second down. Caught by the tight end. Gain of
And the Wolverines line it up with a first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches.
And down here near the goal line, you've got to be physical. And this guy's proven it today, Palmer. They've given it to him. He's put it in the end zone twice already. I'm going to keep featuring him.
So you know the defense is going to be king, too, right? Because he's hurting them a little bit in this game already. They're going to be finding a way to try to get some penetration, anticipating this guy to touch it again.
And it's not a surprise who they gave the football to. When you get down in this area, they're going to call his name. The physical back, they're going to give him the football. They're going to use their identity of physicality and run game down here in the red zone.
Oh, and he thought he might be able to wiggle his way into the end zone, but they knock him down at the 3. He just didn't have a chance to get loose and make his way to that first down marker.
And I think fans get upset sometimes, like run your route past the sticks so we get the first down, but nice job by the defense understanding where the sticks were and forcing the...
And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan!
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback and wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
This will not be returnable as it sails out of the back of the end zone. Indiana sends the offense onto the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
It's caught downfield. And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line.
Hey, nice job by the offense there, attacking the middle of the field. Excellent route, finding the soft spot in the defense. Nice job by the quarterback putting it right on his guy.
Running back searching for a hole. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, there's a statement by the defensive line. First down play, expecting run, and they just dominated up front. Beat their one-on-ones and force the tackle for a loss.
And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming. Back to pass. It's awesome. Coming after it. Going to try to get it himself. And he's going to be stopped just short of the first down. He tried to get it on his own.
Offense facing fourth down.
This is the absolute right call. They're going for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And it's incomplete, a missed opportunity.
Man, that is a big-time drop right there. Fourth down, opportunity to catch it, maybe get the first down. That is tough to swallow, but as a QB, I got to walk over to him and say, listen, dude, we're going to need you later on. I still believe it.
And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
Well, this offense came into the game knowing they wanted to be physical, they wanted to establish the line of scrimmage, and they're running downhill right at this defense, and they're churning out positive yardage early.
Looking to pass on second down. Going for the big play. Oh, picked off. Not much of a chance on the return, but they'll have the ball at the 33.
Man, that is how you get it done as a defense when you're playing cover one. Like, you got the middle of the field safety, but everybody else is manning up. Nice job running with this guy, seeing the football, breaking on it, making the interception, making the big play for this defense.
Pocket starts to collapse. Still on his feet at the 45. He turns this into a nice gain and gets down to avoid the hit.
He does a good job of dropping back, going through his progressions. Nothing there. What do? Go get some yardage. Make it positive. Don't sit back in the pocket and force something into a bad situation or take a sack. Great job making something out of nothing.
And he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it.
Well, it's a simple play. QB's just looking for his big fella, the tight end, and he couldn't reel it in.
And here comes the offense on second down. Wants to throw. It's awesome. This time on target. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the first down on the throw and catch. That was a nice pickup, running the drag route and finding that quiet, soft spot in the zone.
Yeah, drag routes not only work against man coverage, they work against zone too. If you can find the soft spot and the quarterback gets it to him early, he can turn upfield, and you saw that right there.
They'll throw it on first down. Looking to the big tight end. Got him downfield. And the defense couldn't corral him, and they took it all the way. Touchdown, Indiana!
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop, go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement. And like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. Line gets set, first down. Pre-snap motion, quarterback trying to get a read. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. Offense set on first down. Touch pass on the jet sweep. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
Well, in that down and distance, you're probably expecting him to throw it way down the field to get the first. Instead, they go push pass, and they did catch the defense off guard. And even though that was a big explosive play, David, they still didn't have enough yards to get it.
Well, and catch me off guard is relative. That's what you would say, the offensive player. I would say, listen, we're playing a little bit deeper because we're not going to give up the first down. We react to the short stuff, and obviously that's a quick, easy pass from the offense. Rally up, make the play, live to fight another down.
And they executed that running back screen to perfection. Quarterback held on to it. He let the rush get to him. Offensive lineman got out in position, and the running back sold it too. Once he had the ball in his hands, he just had blockers and green field out in front of him. They pick up an explosive play on a running back screen.
How about this offense? They're rolling. They got a couple first downs together. Defense. Next, what's your response? What do you got? You got to make some adjustments here.
Caught behind the line. It's Landry. And that will go backwards. A negative play, and that defense on high alert that time. They'll immediately call timeout. Offense gets set for second down. He's looking to throw. Quickly complete. Finds a crease at the 20. He is down at the 1. A terrific run after the throw and catch.
Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy is and how special he is after he makes the catch. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to find a lot of ways to get him touches in this game.
Touchdown! The quarterback sneak pays off as he gets it across the goal line. I tell you, when this drive started, the defense thought they had them in a hole. Not anymore. What a performance.
And I really like the play calling by the offensive coordinator on that last drive. That was a nice mixture of running and throwing and getting different players involved. Really nice job, very poised in that play calling, and it showed up with the touchdown.
So here comes the kickoff after the touchdown, and the last thing you need right before the half is to give up a big return. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Dropping back, it's awesome. Unloads it left. It is incomplete, and now there are 4 seconds remaining.
Man, that's a big missed opportunity for the running back. I'm trying to find ways to feature this guy and get him the football in space and not just hand it to him all the time. And I'll tell you what, I'm a lot less likely to find those plays if he can't reel in those catches.
At the 35, he's loose. Big gainer there that'll look good in the stat column, but not quite enough to put any points on the board before time expires here in the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. The Wolverines will kick it off to start the second half. If you can do that, I don't know why you don't do it every time. Reduce the risk. Banged it out of the back of the end zone. They'll put it in play at the 25. Indiana has the ball back, and the Hoosier offense comes out ready to go. Trailing by a couple of scores, they'd like to generate some confidence here early in the third quarter.
Down 2 possessions, the coaching staff met in at halftime, and they've probably scripted this opening drive, just like they do at the start of the game. They've now got an idea of what plays they feel most confident in, what plays their quarterback is seeing the best to go out here and execute a scoring drive.
Well, and it's nice to get the ball first. Like, I got the first opportunity to close the gap a little bit, apply.
Oh, what a grab by the defense! And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. And the senior just snatched the ball out of the air and gave it back to his offense.
Hey, listen, it's not just the offense that makes adjustments at halftime. The defense does too, and that time maybe showing a little bit of a different look than what they did in the first half. Looked like they confused the quarterback, and they're able to come away with a pick.
A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
Well, the offense dialing up the jet sweep, and I like that idea because this receiver, with his speed, you want to try to get him on the perimeter, put the ball in his hands to see what can happen.
Runs through a tackle. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
It's a bad sign on offense when you have that many people running free at your running back. That means guys up front aren't getting their blocks. Just too many hats getting to the ball carrier. I love his effort making multiple guys miss, but still, it's a negative play.
Pulls it on the bootleg fake. And they get the sack right out of the gate.
I know this defense feels like they missed some opportunities. Yeah, they had 2 sacks their last game out, but they feel like they left a bunch more out on the field, and they wanted to try to get to the quarterback in this game. That was finally the first time they registered a sack so far here. Curious to see how this pass rush looks the rest of the way.
Indiana sends the offense onto the field. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on.
And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
A loss of 1 yard on the play. Brings up second down.
They gave up the sack on first down. Now it's 2nd and 11. Looking downfield, it's awesome. He lost it high and deep down the left side. He's got it downfield for a huge gain. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Hoosiers! Lining up about to add another. And the extra point cuts the lead to 7, 28-21. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, want to update you on a game that went final moments ago. Texas A&M packed a wallop today, and in many ways it felt like it packed the 12th man with them, too. This was supposed to be a road test, and instead it felt like a walk through the park in College Station. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings, and the other heads home licking its wounds.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. It sounds like they had a good one there. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. After giving up that last touchdown, they've still got the lead, but now feeling a little bit of pressure to answer with one of their own, David.
And it gets a little bit tight. Listen, we're getting later in the ball game. This offense punted last time. They got to find a few plays, Palmer, that they really love here. Steal some momentum back in this ball game.
They do, David, and after watching their defense just get gashed down the field that last drive, the dream drive for this offense would be to matriculate the ball down the field, eat up some clock, and finish it off with a touchdown.
And that goes down as incompletion, but that's a smart play. And the QB coach and the OC will be very happy with the decision of the quarterback. He got outside the pocket. He obviously, so he's outside the tackle boxes. He moved the throw away as long as he got it past the line of scrimmage. Nothing there, nothing open. Live to fight another down.
It'll be 3rd and short from their own 33. Trying to pick it up on the ground. He gets it so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. So in their own territory, on 4th and inches, the offense will stay on the field. He just threw it away, couldn't find a man, and I guess at least he saved a few yards of field position.
That's a gutsy call, and I know the analytics world says to go for it more often, but when you're in your own territory, and now you turn the football over to the other team, points are so much easier to get. Obviously, I know, Jesse, it didn't take a color commentator to figure that out.
And he's got it inside the 15-yard line. Touchdown, Indiana! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
That quarterbacks have to do a great job in the pocket, letting routes develop, taking their time. He does, throws the ball down the field, receiver catches it, and then does the rest, takes it in to the end zone for 6.
On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. They were really aggressive going for it in their own end last time and put them in a tough spot, David.
Yeah, aggressive, reckless. They got to find the balance with this offense to really be productive. And last possession they went for it, they rolled the dice, Palmer, and it didn't work out for them.
Yeah, if you're better on 3rd down moving forward, though, you can keep yourself out of those situations.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. What a snag by the defense. Going the other way, and he's got room. And he's going to take it all the way. Touchdown, Hoosiers! Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point splits the uprights. They're up 35-28. They'll kick it off and send that defense right back out there to try to score again after the pick 6. On the move from inside his 5. He's got great speed. He found some really good running room on that one and just about got loose. As it is, good return to set up the drive. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen. So you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You've got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
He steps out of bounds, but he's got a first down on the play. And the Wolverines in the hurry-up. Throw him to the spot, and that's exactly what he did to pick up the first down.
And that's so many hours of doing this together. You know exactly when he's going to break on that out route. You know what kind of speed he has because you've thrown it so many times. Nice rhythm and timing, and you could tell that was experience between receiver and quarterback.
And now on second down for this offense. They'll throw again after the incompletion. He lets it fly. He's got an open man. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Wolverines.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
All tied up and just about set to kick it away. Just unloaded on that kickoff. Don't have to worry about a return on a kick like that. They'll bring it out to the 25. Indiana has the ball back, and the Hoosier offense comes out ready to go. Jesse, a very productive drive last time, wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, Dave. We'll see what they can do here in this next drive.
Yeah, and I don't expect anything different. When you put together a drive like that, I would do more of the same. Keep the pace, keep it going.
Line getting set on second down. To throw, it's awesome. Getting some heat. He'll pull it down. He was able to squirt free and pick up a few and avoid a negative play there. They've made third down offense a key. It'll be tested on third and long from the 28. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. A strike downfield. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down.
Wow, what a great job by that quarterback, finding his open receiver on third down. You know, guys, one of the most telling stats at the end of the game is third down conversion percentage. If you're a great third down team, it's invaluable to your offensive success, and that's why teams drill third down so much in practice.
Small gain, I know, but again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass, make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
He's looking for a man on second down. Got his man! And perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle as he gets him down at the 37.
You know, the defense, they just haven't been able to find an answer for this guy throughout the course of the game. Obviously, he's got 2 touchdowns, picks up the first down there. They've tried doubling him. They've tried man coverage, zone coverage. Nothing working on defense. They can't stop him.
Oh, what a move! Touchdown, Indiana! And that one will give them the lead. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. So that was a 6-play, 75-yard drive. And they put the points on the board with that 37-yard touchdown pass. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. And they'll get off one more play before the end of the quarter. They'll throw it on first down. They're working that left side. There to make the stop, and we've played 3 in this one.
That's the end of the third quarter. With the score, Indiana 42, Michigan 35.
First down to start the drive after the break. He's looking to throw it. Fires to the wideout. Got him, and nobody's close. And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38. The Wolverines headed quickly to the line.
That's a first down for the offense.
Going up top on first down. Fires to the middle. Complete to the left. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down.
Man, it's so important when you play QB. I got to know when to put some air on it, and I got to know when to rocket that thing in there. Work in the middle of the field. He knew he needed the rocket. Threw it in there. Great job, great catch.
From the gun, the ground game. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Wide out in motion. For jet sweep pass. And he's brought down after a nice gain. And guys, if they can somehow, some way find their way into the end zone, we'll have a tie game in the 4th. They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
He's going to the right, looking for a path to the end zone. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Michigan. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Dynamite matchup today, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. UTEP is down right now inside the Sun Bowl, but this young man under center today has shown some moxie. We could see a legend born today in El Paso. They're trailing by just 4 to Sam Houston. We promise to keep you posted on what goes down in this exciting college football matchup.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. That's caught. It's Richardson. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down. Here comes the offense on 2nd down.
You know, the defense doesn't have an answer for this slot guy right now. They may want to think about bracketing him, having a
And the pressure gets there, and down he goes at the 18.
That's a good example there of complementary defense. The DBs and linebackers are playing zone, they're playing their spaces, and they force the QB to have to hold the ball, try to work through his progressions, and then the pass rush, they win up front.
And he feels the heat coming in. It burns him up. Another sack.
And a great job by the defense, dropping in zone coverage, all eyes on the quarterback, taking away the options, and then finally the pass rush gets home, gets him on the ground.
Solid punt, headed toward the sideline, trying to make it tough to return. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. This could be a real turning point in the game. They scored a touchdown. They got to stop. And now a chance to break the tie.
Yeah, this offense has got it cooking, man. And how about the defense? Great job getting that stop, getting the football right back to the hot hand. Now this offense, Palmer, has a chance to take the lead.
You can see the offense, too. They understand the situation right now. They were jonesing on the sidelines to get another opportunity to run back on the field. They are ready to drive this ball and go score.
On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. Shoots it to the left. Makes a connection. Ball down at the 39-yard line, but he's got 15 yards on the play and a fresh set of downs. From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Handoff from the gun.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
8-yard pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and short. They'll give it to the back. And they'll bring him down, but not before he picks up the first down. And the Wolverines racing to the line in the hurry up. They run the reverse. Off he goes. He's all the way down to the 3. An electric run has them set up. This offense right on the doorstep. They can grab the lead late as time continues to wind down. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
It's all tied up. This offensive line, they want the pressure. They want everything to go through them here. They're saying, look, let's just run the ball. Let's get this thing down closer and closer to the goal line. Let's bleed some clock and put ourselves into position to win.
Looking for a path to the end zone to the right. Touchdown Wolverines. And they've moved out front here in the 4th.
What a great game, tied late in the ballgame. Who's going to make the big play? They come up with it late, take the lead. Nice execution. It's hard to execute in these moments. People get tight. The score's tied late in the game. I don't want to mess up, but this offense doesn't worry about messing up. They put the ball in the end zone and take the lead.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Indiana sends the offense onto the field. There's plenty of time to work with here, but they have to be highly efficient in their attack, Jesse.
So it comes down to the quarterback position too, Reese. Don't let the moment get too big. Play within yourself, David, because this guy's practiced this situation before.
No doubt. Use the sidelines. They're your friend. I don't have to take deep shots. Throw beyond the first down marker so I can stop that clock for a little bit and possibly use my timeouts.
Back to throw. It's awesome. This time he's got his man. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. Trying to find his man on first down. And the ball is out. Who's going to get it? Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
What a great job by the defense here, playing with the lead, knowing the opponent needs a touchdown. They're just trying to get to the ball and punch it out. They practiced this all week, and it comes up big for them late. That turnover is going to seal this thing.
Here's an interception. Oh, and they need that turnover.
Man, that stings. Your offense has a chance to salt the game away, run the clock out. You're trying to make a play. You decide to throw the football, which we can talk about that decision later on down the road. But you throw the INT. Now you better hope your defense bails you out.
They're trying to get to it. Finds a man in the middle. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down. The clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. Wants to throw on first down. Unloads to the right. He's got it. Brought down at the 47-yard line after the 15-yard pickup. Offense will use a timeout with 28 ticks remaining. In search of that tying touchdown. They've moved the chains a couple of times. It's 1st and 10 again. He's going to pass. And it's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Hoosiers! Hauled it in and just kept right on running to the hallelujah land. And now a critical extra point attempt here. And he splits the uprights, and we're tied in the 4th. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they've got it locked up in the final minute after the touchdown and extra point. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. This one is about finding the balance between being aggressive and not being reckless, Jesse.
The only way this thing works, though, if they're going to be aggressive, this offensive line...
Holds it in on the left. Ripped off a huge sharp play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds. The offense uses a timeout, 15 seconds left to play. He'll come out throwing on first down. The sweet feet buy a little time. Needed to get rid of that football, but just couldn't turn it loose, and the defense got to it. Timeout is called, and the clock is down to 8. This offense has a second down plan. He's looking to throw. He's going for the big play. And he makes the catch inside the 15. Timeout is called with just 2 seconds left to go. They'll play it safe and send out the field goal unit. Timeout is called with just 2 seconds left to go. And it all comes down to this. Make or miss, win or lose. And it looks as if they're going to try a field goal. And this will be for the win. Nerves of steel. Right down the boulevard on the game-winning chip shot. Guys, that one was a ton of fun to call, and the players, a lot of games sort of wash away in the memory bank. Not that one. That will be an indelible mark in their memories.
I agree, Reese. You know, I think back to my career at Florida, and just the games that stand out the most were always the ones that went down to the wire, whether we lost or whether we won. For this team, this is going to be a good memory moving forward, David, because of how well